Sahanavavatu Sahanau bhunaktu Saha viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vitvishāvahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
I have brought up this institution out of nothing. And if it goes to nothing, I don't mind. But yoga should not be diluted. Now see how important the message is. Even if I don't mind if it is closed, but you should not be diluted. And we really strictly, even today, we are following that, what he said. Swami Ji's firm belief was that the person who is doing here, he should be well versed with anatomy, physiology. So, that was something, a scientific basis to yoga was given because of Swami Ji.
Yes.
And it is wonderful that way. Because he will say, suppose somebody is having high blood pressure and you are giving him seizure, he will die. So, this was, for this Swami Ji's credit goes. He was very, very firm about it, that a yoga teacher must know the anatomy, physiology, must know how to take blood pressure.
Guruji, we want to know from you that how do you feel about the scenario today? Where is it going?
If not care taken properly, I think that standard of yoga teachers, because it is money oriented, they get nicely tuition, etc., and it may be diluted. Already it has been diluted, because yoga teacher must practice himself. This is my first thing, and then only he should teach. So that is something, but I wish it will be standardized and the proper training will be given to. That way we have done much work in scientific field, literary field, and even from practice point of view.
Guruji, if we were to ask you, how much importance will you give to the original texts of the yoga literature?
Oh, see, remember, it is a vast field, much is available. But those standards which we have come to know by research, that they are 700-year-old or 1,000-year-old, or those are critically edited. And we have done much work in this. Our philosophical literature department has done much work. Where, now say for example, Hatha Pradipika, which was available in the market, was only 4 chapters. But when we found some manuscript of 5th chapter, where the treatment part was discussed, we edited and printed it. So that work also Kaivalyadhama is doing, which is very, very wonderful. We have prepared a yoga dictionary, you get the right meaning, and our much articles have been written. Also article on asanas, how to do asana, what is the wrong technique of asana. It was also, the paper was published, and people have taken much advantage of it. Because in the market, if you see, people are not understanding properly what is the difference between asana and a physical dynamic exercise. So many schools are there who are not really understanding that what is the difference between the asana and the other exercise. Even when your muscular work, jerk, they are given, and this is called also asanas. So, but we have now proved that asana is in asana, as Patanjali said, there should be prayatna shaithilya and anant samapattibhyam. It is not the physical exercise. It is purely an exercise where your efforts are not much there. And that gives you the proper result. Prayatna shaithilya anant samapattibhyam. And effortlessness and concentration on the infinity while doing asanas is very, very important. And then tato dvandva anivihataha. Then conflicts from your personality will be resolved. You will gain the attention which leads slowly to samadhi.
So, Guruji, when anybody talks about yoga, then the attention goes only to asanas when it comes to the people who are in the field of yoga all over the world. They talk about asana as yoga, and maybe those who know little bit more about yoga, they may say that it is pranayama. So, how much importance should we give to asana, pranayama? And when we talk about yoga darshana, yoga shastra, what and how much is the place of asana?
No, asanas are important, but asanas are not the starting point. See, much more important is our individual personality, in which direction it is leading. Now you see, say for example, today the non-violence, even hatred, jealousy amongst us, so bad it is that it goes against the principles of yoga. So what they say is, you try to behave yourself. Don't put finger to others that they should behave first. You should behave first. So that is something very, very great, because if really it is practiced, if really it is taught in schools as a part of life, the thing will change. And things are changing, not that it is not. So asana should never be done as exercise. Asanas are to be done with the effortlessness, as if they are happening. You are not doing. So effortlessness is the prime character of the asana.
Besides asanas, what would you suggest for the students, those who feel that they want to grow in the field of yoga? Of course, they will be performing, learning and teaching asanas and pranayams and other yogic exercises. Besides this, what would be your suggestion for the students of yoga?
See, my firm conviction is that every student of yoga which is coming in Kaivalyadhama should write a daily diary. And they should re-study what was not to be done and what is to be done. Because that will give them impetus to improve themselves from the field which is not desirable for yoga. It is very much needed, and the Yama and Niyama should be given very much importance in life, and their whole study should be done when they are living here. Whether are they smoking, are they eating non-veg outside. These are the few things. Ideal student must go from Kaivalyadhama. That is Vishwa Swami Ji, and I still have the same thing, that examples will be created. That yes. I remember at our group sthan, when his tithi comes, the Madhavadas Ji's, near about 10,000, 20,000 people come for food. And it was asked to the priest there, why do you feed there? And he quoted Madhurasji. Madhurasji said that even one is Brahmajnani might effort us. So that should be the attitude, that some part of the Yamas and Niyamas should become practical in the life, which is very much needed. Because we have something put in us. Okay, Muslims are bad, Jews are bad. No, see, that amongst Hindus also are bad. So don't think from race point of view, from a human being point of view. That is needed for today. Otherwise, what is happening in the world, we all know.
But Guruji, the Yoga Sutra says, Jātideśakālasamayānavacchinnāḥ sārvabhaumāḥ mahāvratam. Means the yoga, the yamas are to be followed under all circumstances, at all places and at all time, and it should not be neglected ever. So is it possible to follow Yama and Niyama so much?
It is, see, we should understand very clearly what it means. Gītā is the best example for this. You come to know that how much you have to follow Yamas and Niyamas. Because Yama Niyama, suppose they say ahimsa. Ahimsa does not mean ahimsa of a weak person will never be successful. Ahimsa, only a person who is able to kill, doesn't kill. He says no. So these are the few lacunas which we have to, now for the last 1000 years, education is not in our hand. Education policy was framed and it is continuing still. Where are the place of Yamas and Niyamas in education? No. But should be introduced with real practice. Whole thing is that it is like curriculum. Pass the examination, finish, then drop. But it is a basic education, comes from Guru Sthan. And let us see what happens.
So, thank you very much, Guruji. Thank you very much.
I'm so glad.
You came to our studios and shared your experiences, your memories, and your Guruji with us. So, thank you very much.
I must thank you to call me here.
So, with this we conclude this session, and we thank Guruji Shri OP Tiwari Ji very, very much for coming over here and sharing his life with us.
Thank you very much.
Namaste, namaste.
Thank you to all present here.